Under pressure. 2000, when I come out of rehab. That was a big season for me.
Will you welcome Ronnie O'Sullivan and Mark J. Williams?
Well, I thought, you know what, I need to sort this out. I was at a make or break point. I just come out of rehab. So I was like, just having to live with just natural feelings. I wasn't picking up no drink. I couldn't kind of, like, that was it, over for me. And I thought, I'm going straight. And so now I was like, I've got time, you know, I had lots of, you know, it's like my world changed. I was like, oh, I'm getting up early in the morning, I'm clean, I'm washing every day, whereas before I'd get out of bed, put my gear on, I wouldn't even have a wash, mate. I'd just get in the car, go down, egg, chips and beans, thank you very much, boom, on the table. And I was just, you know, that was it.
The week's major attraction, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Now I'm getting up, I'm going for my run, I'm fit, I feel like my eyes are, I'm seeing things. It's like, wow, I've got this new intensity about myself.
At 4-1 to Mark Williams, the world champion looked as though he was on course for the £100,000 first prize. Now it's wide open, 4 frames each.
So I kind of started, you know, working on my technique, working with a coach. I'd go to Bristol once a month, and some days I'd be up there and I'd be like, oh, I'll be so tired. Well, I've been at the table for 6-7 hours just working on stuff.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 77 and the break.
This fast-flowing, fluctuating final ebbs once more in favour of the fans' favourite. Ronnie O'Sullivan is 6-5 up, on the verge of being the Champions Cup winner.
I knew my game needed to change for me to be able to win the world title because I was too inconsistent. The bad habits that had crept in wasn't going to allow me to sustain it for 17 days. So I knew I needed to work on my consistency and know that I could get up and have a formula that I could take to the practice table, and if something weren't right I could change a couple of things and I was away again.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 91.
£100,000 and the Champions Cup. Fresh outlook, new perspective, an improved person, an improved player, and no more popular winner than Rocket Ronnie O'Sullivan.
And there ain't much time for fun and games. There ain't much time to have people putting yourself in situations where people want an autograph or they want a photograph or they, you know what I mean? You just have to kind of make sure that you're in a safe place sometimes where you can just recharge to go and do what you need to do, because that is what it's about.
How do you feel yourself, Sam? I was emotional because I've obviously been through a lot of stuff in the last few months, and I was that close to quitting the game, and I've been saying it for a long time, and I've just had to get my life in order, and thankfully I've managed to do that. And life to me is much more important than this green baize and a bit of wood, because that's brought my life for the last 6-7 years, because I've always wanted to give the public what I know I'm capable of, and I haven't been able to do it. And
even though I talked about letting go of it, I couldn't walk away from it. I just couldn't do it. It wasn't in me. I hadn't achieved what I knew I should have achieved. So it was like I had to keep going.
I'm just going to enjoy my life, and I'm going to be playing snooker for a long, long time, and I really appreciate all these people here, because they're my people. These are who I play for. And I've got some people here today, they know who they are, but they mean a lot to me as well. I'm not going to, but they're just different class, and I've got some good people around me now, and I'm just looking forward to just life again, starting all over again at 24. It's mad, really.
A great champion, Ronnie O'Sullivan, ladies and gentlemen.
Even during those big victories, how much were you battling with it?
Yeah, I mean, I remember doing a radio interview in 2001. I mean, I was going into that World Championships as clear favourite. Out of 12 events, I'd won 6. Everyone around was saying, well, he's guaranteed he's going to win it. But I was suffering. No one knew that a week before that World Championship, I was damn your doctors, mate. Couldn't even, social phobia, I couldn't be around people. And the girl I was with at the time, she was really concerned, you know. She was like, wow, this is not, you know, you really ain't well. And I went to Sheffield and I was in my room and they said, can you do a radio interview? And I felt so brittle. I couldn't, I said yes. But I thought, how am I going to get through this and not let them know that I'm suffering? So I thought, we'll go with it. And so I was blabbering on. I was like spurting these words out. I was like, ugh. I thought, what am I saying? And I just went to her. I said, you know what? And it was live. I said, you know what? I said, I really ain't feeling too good. I said, I'm suffering here. I said, talking to you. I said, I don't want to be here. I said, I'm struggling. I thought, I can't hide this. I can't hide anymore. The more I tried to hide, the more I tried to not let people know I was feeling, the more I was feeling like, I felt like I was going insane. And they went, oh, we just hope you get better, we'll call the interview off, we wish you the best of luck, whatever you do, you know what I mean? I was like, okay. Put the phone down, and I phoned the Samaritans up. Someone said, phone the Samaritans up. So I was like, I started chatting to this woman, you ain't going to kill yourself. I went, well, I don't feel too good. I said, but I don't think I'm going to kill me. I said, because I knew that if I'd stopped the snooker, a lot of my demons would have gone. But like I said to you before, I couldn't walk away, because I still had to do what, I had my dad in there. And every time he said, I see you on the telly, he said, it's like a visit for me. And I was like, oh, I've got to play. Because that's all he looked for. He said, the only things I look forward to are visits with you. And should you come and see me once a month? And I'd be like, okay, so that was a kind of pressure in itself. But I love seeing him. And I wanted to see him. And then when he said to me about watching me on the telly, he said, I love it, you know, put the kettle on, see you. He said, like a visit. He said, I sit there and no one comes in. He said, because I don't like anyone rooting for the other player. He said, so I heard this and I was like, he's got another 10 years to go, so I've got to at least play for another 10 years. But I didn't feel like it. I felt like I just wanted to walk away, but there was that pressure there of trying to do the right thing for somebody else.
Ronnie's had every coach there is in the game, I think. You know, he's tried all different coaches, you know, just to get inside their heads, and you know, probably most of them tell him stuff he already knows, but he's been, you know, right the way through the card. You know, he's picked everybody's brains, and he's at peace when he's, you know, when he's confident and he's at peace. There's no one can beat him.
I knew I needed to kind of find some sort of game that could survive and get me through, and I worked with a coach for a year, and bang, we won the world title. There goes the black. He's an 8. The balls are perfectly placed. Could this be his first world title?
No mistake, and it was effectively match ball that time. John Higgins was in first in this fray with 45, but Ronnie O'Sullivan wins the Embassy World Championship.
Massive relief, and that was it. It was like massive monkey off my back, and like the pressure had just gone out there.
This has been the fulfilment of an outstanding talent.
It's a fantastic feeling for me. Obviously winning the Embassy World Championships was a great feeling for me and everyone around me. You know, we've worked so hard for that, but obviously I want to put that to the back of my mind now.
I started to win a few tournaments, I started to pick a few trophies up. I started to feel good about it, and I was like, God, why didn't I do this from day one? Because I was meant to be the youngest world champion at the age of 11, 12. I just got off on being in a snooker environment, and you know, I was just around adults all the time, so it was good banter. The lads were always taking the mick out of each other, always people playing pranks, you know. It's like its own little soap opera at the club, you know. There's all little. He was going out with the barmaid, and we all fancied the barmaid, and it's all that business, you know. And it was just all a bit of a, it was a good buzz, you know. If I wasn't there, I felt like I was missing out on something.
My uncle got a table for his son, and I went over his house, and I started playing that, and I thought it was good. I couldn't hit a ball to save my life, and then my dad got me a table at Christmas, and I weren't allowed to play on it until Christmas. And we had it in for 2 weeks, and he kept saying, no, you're not playing on it. And I used to cry, and he used to play all his mates.
My dad kind of invested a lot of time and money, if you like, into supporting me, making sure that I could get to tournaments, making sure that I get taxis to the snooker club, make sure my table bill was always paid, my food bill was always paid. All he asked was for me to not mess around, and when I was there to put the effort in and not play the fruit machines, because I went for a spell of playing fruit machines. I couldn't help it. I was like £200 jackpot. I was only like 9. I've got to have some of that. My dad used to come in and think, God, that's a big bill, 70 quid. He used to wonder what I was spending my money on. He said, and then one day he come in and my dad put a couple of quid in the fruit machine. He said, and I just see this little head pop up. He said, you were looking under the reels. He said, and then I realised where all the money was going.
What kind of things would you get up to in the club then?
You wasn't allowed to bring your own food into the club, but I just wasn't going to eat their burger and chips and their fried food. I was on a health kick, so I'd bring in my own food, my own sandwiches, and she'd go, you're not allowed to bring your food in. I go, oh, I'm really sorry. I said, but you got a spoon for me yoghurt and that, and she'd be fuming. You could see there was smoke coming out of her ear holes, but you know, it was just little things, you know. I mean, there was a lot of banter with the other lads, you know. It was just good fun.
How do you feel when you watch snooker on the television, you see the Steve Davises and everybody else? Is that where you're headed?
Yeah.
How big do you want to be?
5'10".
Yeah? Yeah.
He obviously meant how big did I want to be in the sport, but I said I want to be about 5'10". And I just remember everyone laughing. I thought, what are they laughing at? But then, like, obviously, when I watched it back, I was like, oh, okay. I know why they're laughing now. But that's all I wanted to be, was 5'10". I thought that was the perfect height for a snooker player. No good being 4'9". I never made it. In a way, I bullied people on the table without really knowing it. But I just knew that if there was a red on, I was going to clear up.
Really set my mind to it. Really concentrated, and I really slowed my game down because he's a very fast player, and just tried to do his brain in as much as I could, and I didn't, and then he started missing balls, and I got him, and then I won the game 3-1.
The obvious question is, what do you make of Ronnie O'Sullivan? Only 14 6 weeks ago.
That's right, a great player, and I've played him in a couple of exhibition matches and proved today that he can do it in front of the cameras, and I don't really think that even Stephen Hendry was putting the no sort of breaks on the television at 14.
I kind of learnt off of Steve Davis, if you like, when I was a youngster. That was who I wanted. He was my role model, so I used to copy everything he used to do. I used to watch all his videos, all his games. I'd watch how he'd walk around the table, his cue action, everything. I mean, I copied him to his waistcoat, his shoes, everything, you know. There wasn't anything I missed out, you know, because he was my role model.
So would you watch Steve on TV and sort of make mental notes about how to dress and how to play?
Well, a lot of it was visualisation, really. You kind of visualised how he got down to the shot, where his body was, where he was on the table, where his arm was, how his arm was bent, where his head was situated, where his shoulders were. I'd studied the whole lot, how his leg was bent, this one was straight, you know, the levels of his hips. I studied him like you wouldn't believe.
Bang on that left eye, I like it.
I suppose it was obsessive if you look at it now, but I think you need to be. For me to have got to that level, if I wouldn't have been thinking like that, then I could have just been, you know, an average player, but I didn't want to be. I didn't realise I was what I wanted to be. I just knew that if I was going to do it, that he was the man to follow, and I had to follow every little detail to the last, and every little detail mattered.
He loves his kids.
I remember him looking around and go, wow, what is that? I wanted to win more world titles and got the flavour. Success was lovely. Don't ever doubt me. Don't ever tell me that I'm gone. I will let you know when I'm gone.